Then I left, and I went to Job Corps. I taught him, Niheem, Salah. I had about 5 or 6 students at that time. Then I went upstate.
That's what he went to Job Corps, okay.
So I got up there, I met more people. I met this earth named Queen. And so now I see that the nation was moving. They had a different dialect than the way we did in Jersey, Brooklyn, Medina. That's where the 14 firstborns come from.
Right.
So you had Sahim, Universal Sham God,
Shasha,
Bali,
Justice,
Papa Wu, all of them. They was all there, so they had it hard. Papa Wu came to Jersey back in the early days with Judge Jameek. And shit, Judge Jameek came to him.
A whole lot of bill with it, Judge Jameek. I only spoke to him. Jameek was analysis. You got pictures of Jameek out?
Huh?
You got pictures of him?
Somewhere. He's a picture thief, so he's still on the pictures.
I spoke to him one time.
He's the 2-second punch you in your face man.
Yeah.
He'll reach out with his left hand and say peace.
A lot of brothers.
And he'll punch you in your face.
It was 1.8 times.
To answer this question that he asked you.
He ran a lot of people away from the knowledge, though, God.
They had us up on the stage.
Some people still afraid, God.
They had us up on the stage at the parliament and said, you Jersey City guys gonna cut that shit out or y'all gonna be expelled for life. Who the hell y'all think y'all is beating up everybody? You running people away. But me and Jameek got close. When I met him and shit, my lessons was in the red, but I knew I was on the 1 to 14. Born Son I met first. I met Born Son. I was with Raheem, and Born Son was with Creole. It was Cody.
How long you had knowledge yourself, God?
I had knowledge yourself like 43 years.
43 years.
Yeah, Born had it about
Freedom understanding.
6 years. I got it in 75.
Okay.
So it's 2018.
Firstborn.
So, yeah,
as far as
that go.
From Justice C.
We didn't have somebody walking and talking and teaching us. We had to learn the hard way. We had to go back and forth to New York. Born Son asked his God Wise. He built with Wise all day in Medina. And he told Wise to come back to Justice C and help him teach. And the God built with him all day. They got to the train station. Wise put the tokens in. Born went through. He said, y'all coming with me? He said, nah, you got everything you need. See, you go teach yourself. So Born was teaching mathematics, Born and law, and all of them. When I met them, I met Born, like I said, we was going to beat somebody up. He was with the dude. So we looking in the store, because the dude was in the store. Born looking in the store. I told him, I said, yo, man, back up, man. Waiting for somebody. He said, yo, what's going on? I said, back up, man. I'm looking for somebody. I said, if this dude get away, I'm going to kick your ass. He said, if he did something, I'm going to help you kick his ass. I don't know about you kicking my ass. I said, okay. So he runs out the store and we miss him. So I turned around and looked at him. I said, now, didn't I tell you I'm going to have to kick your ass? We go around 12 school. We throw our hands up. We box for about
12 school. What block is that on again?
Astor Place.
Okay, right. Monticello. Right. Okay.
I used to go to 12 school. Then we started martial arts. Then we hung out, we smoked a joint and drank some beer. All day. We never told each other we had knowledge of something. He was just some cool dude that I know that I've never seen before.
But the like mind brought the magnetic attraction.
At that time, I figured I could beat everybody in Jersey City. This dude could stand up to me hand to hand. I said, who the fuck is this dude? Then he go tell me he's from Brooklyn. I said, that's why. Because I know if he was from Jersey City, I would have whooped your ass already. So from that day, things started going. Judge Jameek was calling Parliament. People was getting the universal beat down. You had to have them lessons in order. I don't care if your mom sent you to the store. It's going to be a long time coming back from that store. But the guys going to be on the corners, and they're going to be waiting, and you're going to have to duck or go around the other way just because you don't know the day's mathematics.
A lot of people say we're not. It's almost like condemning to say that we're not teaching.
Right. How could they say?
But how can we go about, God? How can we go about getting to?
We teach freedom, justice, and equality every day in our natural way of life. Had we not been teaching, this nation wouldn't have celebrated the 24th year of Family Unity Days yesterday. That's something we started on our own. We got the second most family days to Philadelphia. We did that on our own. We married on to New York. Brothers always came. Different brothers used to come over here. Black God was instrumental in coming over here. That was born son brother-in-law. So you had guys that always came through the path, which they used to call the tube.
Born would call
What
it.
you call it? Lord Grateful Malik.
What Lord Grateful Malik?
Used to come over here. He used to come over here and get with us. So we have brothers coming over here for years. It's just that we was always like rebellious. We was to bite out the apple. We had to
there you go. That's what boys say all the time.
We had to show them
bite that was spit out of the apple.
We picked that out and carved out a spot. So then they got to know who he was. They always heard about who he was. And to another black seed moved over here from Medina that was born everlasting, who happened to come up under Sahim, who was one of the firstborn.
From Medina.
He knew everybody and knows everybody and been instrumental in this nation for a long time.
Well, you got to include Intel and be original. Those are some strong brothers, God. They taught me right, God.
Yeah, be original and Intel is positive brothers.
They strong.
We just saw things differently because I was from here and they was from there. It was different. See, they had people walking and talking and teaching them. They had me and Born Son them walking and talking and teaching them. Where we didn't get it like that. I used to go to Medina with Judge Tariq and Freedom before he was Papa Wu. And that's how I was getting it now. I got 120 back in 1985.
85.
Yeah, I had now to sell 10 years before that, but I never took it as a whole. There was nobody to stay over me to keep me on that square, so I was just being me. Until more brothers started popping up. They popped up in the 80s. So in the 80s, that's when I had the ability to start teaching people what I know, because now we got people that understand what we're talking about. We start building a nation. We one time had at least 100 brothers, 150 brothers in Jersey City. And we had women. We had Earth. So brothers still got 120. They running around. Some passed on. Some just doing them. Some became Muslims. But we were strong. It was guys everywhere. Brothers was in high school. Some of us was older. We was in our 20s. We'd have to go and explain to their parents what we was talking about, come to school for them, and do all types of different things. So this nation has always been here. That's why when people travel through, they find out that it's a full-blown nation here. Unlike anywhere else, you can come here and hear peace, God, every day. That comes from us. When I'm walking down the street,
it's still known to this day, God. I see people that's 85%. I mean, to the extent where you can't get them out of the condition they're in. But they know Niheem, they know Born, they know the work you put in,
God. When we come around, they always try to straighten themselves up. So, I mean, regardless to whom or what, Allah is the Lord of all worlds. We got to be God regardless. I know a lot of times now the youth is attracted to other things because they took what we was doing the wrong way. Our brotherhood of being the nation of God, the earth is unlike the Bloods and Crips and all that, but they seen our togetherness. A lot of them families, they come from the crack baby days in the 80s, and then the 90s where kids was having kids and women was having babies for crackheads and being crackheads. So those kids grew up with resentment and not having, because the families always used the money to get on. So they started joining up with gangs and trying to do something for themselves and hustling because they seen it in their environment. We do things for the community. We have clothing drive, can drive. We try to do things to give back. You know what I'm saying? The Nation of Islam knows who we are because we always see them, confront them, greet them in peace. They understand the black man is God, but they still got to be a follower to a leader. Allah told us that we.
Some of them don't know that, though, God. With all due respect, I mean, I think the way it was set up is in a way where if you can never come to the realization, to the highest level of realization, it's okay. They still open the door to you. Because like some of them,
go through that
right.
And walk the burning sands to recognize the black man is God. The Muslims got 120, but they got 360 degrees. They got minister lessons and all other type of things that you clog your head with. Our Father Almighty God, Allah said all we needed was the 120, and we got now. We got knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of 120 that give us 360 degrees of perfection. We didn't need all those other things. Abu Shahid came to the father and said, he said, Clarence, I got the problem book. He said, John,
Ain't got
I
no
don't got
fucking
those
problems.
problems,
I got
you can
solutions.
go ahead with that. So he took us, he said, teach it plain and keep it simple. So that's all we got to do. Yeah, it's a generation. We got people all over the world that got down to self to what we deal with, but they in communities where they building it up. It's bad when brothers get old and they think because they was around when the father was there that they better than those when it's for the youth. You was once the youth. Now we the adults. I'm 55 years old. People said that it was a fad and that it wouldn't last. But it's going to last as long as it belongs to God. We're going to keep it going. So we still got to teach those who deaf, dumb, and blind. If we don't teach them verbally, we're going to teach them in our ways. They're going to notice something different about us and the way that we live. We don't eat this. We don't do that. We don't celebrate this. That's a lot of things. The law said if I told you all the things that you couldn't eat, you wouldn't have no power. So, I mean, it's a great thing to change my life, to save my life.
I wanted to ask you that.
Now, the self saved me.
Right.
I could have been dead long ago.
You answered the question
now
already.
The self gave me the ability to be who and what I am. I've been a successful man. I have a great life because of the knowledge of myself. I know the difference between right and wrong. And I'm going to always do that which is right, even if ain't nobody looking. I don't need nobody to see what I'm doing that's right. I used to take food out my house and leave it on this girl Tina's door. But she was sick and she had kids and she didn't have no food in there. I know her brothers and family, but I would go in my mom's freezer and shit and pack up a bag of food and leave it on the doorknob and knock and run. And then one day she said, Niheem, come here. She said, I know what you're doing. She said, thank you. But I know it was you because I seen you one day. But that's just something that I felt like I needed to do. I did that many times. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully one day if I'm hungry, somebody will feed me. I can feed you the knowledge of self. You give a man a fish, he can eat for the day. You teach a man how to fish, he can eat forever. So all we got to do is teach it plain and keep it simple, y'all. You know, that's all I got to say for now. Peace.
Peace, God.
Yeah, I'm going to get some drink.
Yeah.